Hello everyone. Suppose you want to organize your daily activities, set deadlines, and track your own progress, then creating a task tracker is the best option for you. Moreover, a task tracker plays a vital role in project management, customer support, and event planning. So, this is Zehad Rian from Exceldemy, and today we'll learn several steps on how to create a task tracker in Excel. So, the first question occurs, what is a task tracker? A task tracker is a tool or system used to manage and track tasks, assignments, and projects. The primary purpose of a task tracker is to enhance productivity in providing a centralized platform for a task management. It helps individuals and teams to stay organized, effectively collaborated, and ensure that the tasks are completed on time. Before going into the steps, let's talk about the dataset a bit. We want to create a task tracker which will have the categories work done, work not done, and total of a work hour. Here in column B, C, D, and E. Now we want to create a task tracker similar to the tracker showing on the screen. We'll be using Microsoft Excel 365 for describing the whole tutorial. So without any further discussion, let's get started. At first, we'll be making a dataset that should be automatically updatable. We'll make a task list that will entry their name and the following category: urgency, importance, and completion. Now, to do this step, we have two worksheets, all task list and tables here. At first, we'll go for the D5 cell. Now, go for the data tab, and in the data tools, go for the data validation. Now, the data validation dialog box will be open on the screen. Go for the settings section and select the list as you want to get the list here. As source, you are trying to get the category here. So go for the table section and go for the list here. So select B5 to B8 cell as your source of the table worksheet. If you click OK, then you will see here you have got a drop down list. If you click on the drop down, then you'll get your perfect result here. You can select the value according to your wish. I want to select the work here, and you can manually do and fulfill the whole worksheet in this case. After fulfilling every data linking with the table worksheet, then the all task lists will look like this. Now we'll select the area of column B to column G area and go for the name box. In the name box section, we can easily write down any name, but in this case I want to name it as task list. So I'll write it down and press the enter button to get the perfect reference. For the next steps, we'll use this reference of task list name from this dataset. Moving on to the next section, now we want to get the new worksheet called pending task. Here we have already the serial number, task name, category, urgency, and importance in the row 4. At first, we'll be using the filter function to get our job done. So we'll go for the B5 cell and insert the filter function. So we'll insert the filter function here, which basically filters a range or array. After that, we'll move on to our array section, which is our references created by the previous section of task list. So write down the task list and it is showing us, so select it. As our new section of including, we'll go for the all task list. So we'll go to this all task list worksheet, and now we want to select the B column. So we'll write down the B column here, and this part of the formula is a logical expression within the parenthesis. It checks whether the values in column B of the all task range are not equal to 0 or not. And to do that, we'll write down the not equal to section, and here is the 0 option. After that, we'll multiply it along with our next section, which is in this case the G column. And to do that, we'll go for the G column here And in this section, we want to get the whole G column. So we'll write down the G to G as our range. And now we'll write down the equal sign and we want to get the not done section. So write down the not done here in the double quotation. After that, we'll end the parenthesis and the whole formula by multiplying these two conditions together using the logical AND operator. Only the rows of both conditions will be true, including the filtered function here. In summary, the whole formula filters the task list within two conditions and gives the result, and not all task lists must not be 0 here. If we click the enter button, then we'll get our perfect result in this section. So you will see that here we have got our perfect result in this section. But now suppose you want to get the whole portion within the sorting option. So we'll go for the B5 cell and insert the sort function. So write down the sort function, and within the value of the array, we'll write down the filter to task list in the section, and we'll move on to the next section where we'll got the sort index. Here you can easily select the sorting option according to your wish. Suppose I want to sort the whole dataset according to the category. So the category is in the column 3. So in this section, the B column is marked as column 1 because it has started the column. The column C is column 2. The column D is called the column 3. So we'll write down the column 3 as our index number, and now we'll press the enter button. Then you'll see that the whole data set have been sorted according to category. The highest portion is the lower value of the alphabetic order from lowest to highest. So that's how we can easily create all pending tasks in Excel. In our new step, we want to create pending tasks using different parameters. To do that, we'll go for the D4 cell, and here we'll go for the data tab. In this section, we'll select the data validation in the data tools to open the data validation dialog box. In the settings section, go for the allow. You can select any of the value according to your wish, but as we are trying to get the list here, so select the list. In the section of source, we'll go for the table section as we're trying to get the pending tasks by categories. So we'll go for the table and select the categories from B5 to B8 in the table worksheet. After pressing OK, then you'll get your perfect drop-down list. Suppose you want to get the result for finances. So we'll select the finances here. Now we'll go for the B7 cell and we want to insert the detailed formula for this next section, and we'll use the filter function. So write down the filter function here to filter a range or array. Now we'll again go for the task list which we have got in our first section, table reference, and next we'll go for our next section of including. In the including section, we'll again go for the reference of the all task list worksheet, and here we'll select the G column, and to write the G column, we'll go for the G to G range in our section and press the equal sign and go for the not done. So write down not done in the double quotation. After that, we'll set our second condition by multiplying according to it so that it works like an AND operator. So we'll go for the multiplication, and in the next section, we'll select the D column as we want to list according to the category. So we'll go for the D column and set D to D our range, and now in the new section we'll press the equal sign and we'll take the reference of the pending list category which was working on and select the D4 cell where we have already inserted our drop down list. After pressing the enter button, we'll get our perfect list of drop down here. You can easily go for the D4 cell and change the drop down to get the list for another sections. So that's how we can easily get the pending tasks by categories. If we want to get the pending tasks by urgency, then we'll follow the previous step again. We'll again go for the D4 cell, go for the data tab, select the data validation in the data tools, select the list option, and in the source section, go for the tables. In the table section, as you're trying to get the urgency, so select the C5 and C6 as our section and press the OK. Now you have got the drop down list. You can select urgent or not urgent according to your wish, and then you will use a formula. We'll again go for the filter function. So write down the filter function here to filter a certain area. Then we'll again refer the task list we have created in our first step. So we'll select it, and for the next section we'll again use the reference of all worksheet. So we'll go for the all worksheet, and now here we'll go for the column G as not done, as we're trying to get the pending here. So we'll go for the G to G as our range. Now we'll press the equal sign, and here we'll write down the not done, as we're trying to get the result for only the pending tasks. Now we'll multiply to set our second condition. So we'll go for, and this time we're trying to get the urgency result, so we'll go for the E column here. So we'll set the range as E column, and for the next section we'll go for the equal sign, and here we need to make it pending tasks by urgency tab, and here you'll go for the D4 cell, and now we'll go for the enter button. Now you have got the perfect result here. You can easily do the same thing for the not urgent here also. You've got the not done section in the column G, as you are trying to get the pending result. If you don't want to show them, then right click on this whole column. Here you will have got the hide section. If you click on the hide, then we can easily get the pending task here. We can easily change the column width according to our wish, and we can do the same thing for the pending tasks by importance also. But only change that will happen is that in the previous case we have done for category or urgency, but this time we'll select the drop down for important and not important. And the second change will be in the B7 cell, where we have used the formula. This time, as we are trying to deal with the importance, so we need to use the column F of all task list worksheet. So if we do the same steps like the previous two sections, then we'll get the same result, but this time for pending tasks by importance. Now at first we want to show the details of the task here. To do that, we'll go for the C4 cell and insert the serial number we want to wish for. Suppose I want to wish for the 11 nong cell, so I'll enter the serial number of 11 in the C4 cell. So in the next section of C6 to C11, we want to get the serial number, task name, category, urgency and importance of work progress according to the section of this. So we'll insert and refer the C4 cell as our wish and press the enter button. In the next section, we want to get the task name, and to find it, we'll go for the VLOOKUP function. So we'll write down the VLOOKUP function, which basically looks for a value in the leftmost column of the table and then returns a value in the same row from a column that you will specify. Now it has three parameters: lookup value, table array and column index number. So at first we want to search the C4 value and make it permanent by using F4 in the keyboard, and now we want to search the table area of the task list which we have created in the step 1. So select it, and now if it finds any kind of match within the 11 of the C4, so it will give the value of the second column, that means column index 2. Now press the enter button to get the perfect result here. So here we have got the workout as result. So we'll move on to the all task list worksheet, and here at first we have tried to find the result for the nong 11. So it has found the match in the nong 11. After that, it will show the result for the second column, which is the column C. So it has shown the result for the workout here. So that's how we have got the result for this section. You can again use the VLOOKUP function for find the category also. You need to again write down the VLOOKUP function and then again go for the C4 cell and make it permanent by F4 in the keyboard. Next section, you will again refer the task list, and now you want to get the result for the third column. So you'll write down 3 as your column index number and press the enter button to get the personal here. Now if you go and check the all task list again, then you'll see that the 11 nong and there the third column is the column D of personal. So that's how we can easily get the result here. You can do the same for the rest of the thing also. If you use the same formula over and over again, then you'll get the result for everything here. Now in the last section, you have got the work progress. And to determine that, now you need to go for the combination of if and VLOOKUP function. Now we'll insert our if function to show the proper logical test here. At first, insert the VLOOKUP function, the value you want to search for, and in the next section you will again go for the lookup value as the C4 and make it permanent by F4 in the keyboard. After that, refer the table array, which is in this case the task list. So select the task list here as our table array. In the next section, in the column index number, we'll go for the 6th column. So write down 6 as our column index number, and now the proper condition is equal to done. So write down the equal sign, and now we'll write down the done here. After that, we'll go for our value if true, that means it fulfills the condition, then it will show the completed here. So write down completed in the double quotation, and if the value is false, then we'll go for the work in progress. So write down work in progress in our double quotation. After that, we'll press the enter button to get our perfect result here. So now we want to show the total task summary here. So go for the C5 cell and insert the countifs function. The countifs function is used to count the number of cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. In this section, we'll go for the first criteria here, which is in the all task list worksheet. Go for the D column, and here you want to say the result for the whole D column. So you'll go and select the value from D to D. Now you want to make the value permanent, so use F4 in the keyboard. Now in the next section, you'll go for the criteria 1, which is in this case the B5 cell of this summary sheet. Now to make it permanent, we'll use F4 in the keyboard. After that, we'll move on to our second criteria, which is in this case again all task list, and now we'll go for the column G. Now to set the range properly, we'll go for G to G, and as we are trying to get the result permanent, so we'll use F4 in the keyboard. After that, as our second criteria, we'll go for the C4 cell. So write down C4 as our cell and make it permanent by using F4 in the keyboard. After that, if you press the enter button, then you'll get your perfect result for the C5 cell. Drag down the formula to get the result for this cell. If you drag them down from left to right, then you'll get the result for them also. In this section, we have shown them in different color to show the total section here. You can manually go and change the color from the home tab and in the field section, color section. If you select any color, then it will show that color. Now we're going to get the sum here, so that we'll go for the equal sign and go for the sum section. After that, you'll select the range of C5 to D5, and now if you press the enter button, then you'll get the perfect result here. If you drag down the formula, then you'll get the result for every cell. Now you can easily do the same thing for C9 cell also. Go for that and press the equal sign and write down the sum to sum them all, and now select the range of C5 to C8. If you press the enter button, then you'll get your perfect result here. Now drag down the formula from left to right, then you'll get your perfect result here. Now in the last section, you have got everything. So if you go and sum all of them in every section, then you'll get your perfect result. Select the E5 to E8 and now press the enter button to get the final result. But now we need to also insert the column chart here. To do that, at first we'll go for the B4 cell and press Ctrl plus A to select the whole data area. Go for the insert tab. In the chart section, go for insert column or bar chart. Select the 2D column and insert the column chart here. You can easily select the column chart and go for the chart design and select the design according to your wish. After that, you can easily make them smaller or bigger according to your wish in this section of your worksheet. In this section, I'll go for the task section, and now I can easily go for its chart title. And now as I'm trying to get the summary here, so I'll write down the task summary as the heading of this chart. We can easily do this thing for the section of done or not done also. At first, we'll go for the B4 to C8 cell, go for the insert tab in the chart section. This time we'll go for the pie chart. So we'll select the 3D pie here, and we can easily manipulate them and modify them according to our wish. Now we'll go and restrict them in the page. After that, we'll go and modify them, and in the chart element section we'll go for the data labels. In this section we'll go, and here we have the more options section. In the more options, as we're trying to get the percentage, so we'll select the percentage and untick the value options here. After that, you'll go for the main section and you'll see that you have got your perfect result. But now it has the done section. But now we don't want this informal name. We want to create a formal name. So we'll write down the completed tasks here. So write down completed task as the heading of this chart. We can again do the same thing for the not done also. We'll select the data area, then untick the done section because we want to get the result only for the incompleted task. Go for insert tab, and in the chart section select the 3D pie again, and this time you'll get your perfect result here. You can modify them according to your wish. So that's how a task tracker is created in Excel. So that's it for today. You can follow these steps accordingly, or you can download the practice workbook from the link below. Hope this will help you. If you have any questions, suggestions or feedback, please let us know in the comment section, or you can have a glance at exceltemy.com. Thanks for watching us. If you like this video, please consider subscribing for more content like this.